One of the major free agent signings by the Minnesota Vikings this offseason was the marvelous Marcus Davenport. That's right, the former number 14 overall pick coming out of UTSA by the New Orleans Saints. Hadn't quite reached the zenith of all the potential that he has being a physical freak because due to injuries as well as the Saints sucking balls. Actually, the Saints defense is pretty all right. Anyways, but the Vikings brought in Marcus Davenport, and what remained to be seen was the contract. It was reported 1 year, $13 million, but how much was guaranteed? How was it parsed out cap-wise? And how are the Vikings going to protect themselves? Even though, yes, on a 1 year prove-it deal for a guy who could be an elite edge rusher, great against the run, could be an elite pass rusher as well. I mean, it's not bad. And it's a move that Kwesi's had a pattern of making. You have a young player, you have a guy who had a high draft pedigree and hasn't quite reached the potential for whatever reason, and hopefully the Vikings coaching staff can bring out all the potential out of Davenport, and I love it. And now the full details are out, and they're magnificent. They're beautiful. Most of these from Ben Gessling, Star Tribune, as well as Aaron Wilson. So Davenport's contract, 1 year, $13 million. Knew that. $10 million guarantee total, which is an $8.5 million signing bonus, as well as his $1.5 million base salary is fully guaranteed, so that's not bad. But here's where it gets interesting. So per game roster bonus. So active on the 46 per game bonus up to $2 million, $117K per game. So that's big with a guy who has never played a full regular season, a guy who's had a myriad of health issues throughout his career. That's major. Right, so if he's injured, misses a game, he doesn't get the $117K. So him actually being on the field is a major component of this contract, which is very interesting. Also, a $1 million workout bonus. So you see workout bonuses on the contracts of veterans. It gives them an incentive to show up for a certain percentage of the offseason OTAs, as well as, of course, mandatory minicamp. And usually workout bonuses are like $50K. I've seen up to $100K with the Vikings, but $1 million is a lot. So clearly they want him in the building. They want him grinding. They want him learning as much as possible from the getting up to speed on the defense, working with Brian Flores, because that's what they do at OTAs. Besides just working out, they run through the installation of the defense and the offense. So I mean, having him in the building and that $1 million certainly is enticing, because I mean some veterans skip a certain percentage of voluntary portion of OTAs, pass on $50K, $25K, whatever, but he's not going to pass on $1 million. So having Davenport in the building, that's huge. Also huge is his 2023 cap hit. Actually huge in the sense that it's positive. $5.25 million of the $13 million occurred on 2023. Now, it's only that much is accrued in 2023 because they have a number of void years added on. So now, here's what happens. So if he's on the roster 23 days before the start of the new league year, the contract automatically voids, and then all of the void year cap hits, which is around $7.75 million, will come due the season after, so 2024. Just like with Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson, if he had stayed, it would have been $7.5 million in dead cap spread out over 3 seasons if the Vikings had extended him, but since they didn't, $7.5 million dead on this year's cap. And with Davenport, it's spread out over 4 additional years. So if the Vikings and him like what they see in each other, they extend long term, they can ride out some of those dead cap hits. And what it says to me is that there's a possibility that the Vikings work something out with Za'Darius Smith, they freshen up the contract at Danielle Hunter, and they keep all 3, because Danielle and Davenport do give you some positional flexibility, and I'm sure that Brian Flores is smiling at the idea of having Danielle and Davenport healthy, and also Za'Darius healthy on the field at the same time. So that could be just a wrecking crew of a pass rush, as well as Davenport and Danielle are very adept against the run as well. So, I mean, it's a possibility. I saw it as a remote possibility after the Vikings retained Za'Darius Smith and held on to him throughout the third day of the new league year, where over half of his base salary became fully guaranteed. But I mean, it's possible, man. But overall, this is a magnificent deal. Kwesi as well as Rob Brzezinski doing some work. And this is what Kwesi has been doing, where he's not spending a lot of stupid money on old guys. He's clearing out a lot of bad Spielman contracts, and he's inking up low-risk, high-reward guys to contracts like this, that fit in with the team structure, that protect the team if it doesn't work out, and rewards the player if it does work out. So I'm I love what Kwesi's been doing this offseason. Marcus Davenport's contract is a major part of that. But your thoughts are thoughts. Full details of Marcus Davenport's 1-year, $13 million deal contract are in. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.